In the heart of the early 20th century, a time when spiritualism and mysticism quietly permeated the collective consciousness, a figure emerged who captivated the minds of seekers and skeptics alike. Edgar Cayce. A humble man from Kentucky, Cayce was an enigma, a mystic whose psychic readings would resonate through the halls of spiritual inquiry for decades. Born into a simple life, his journey was anything but ordinary, illuminated by a gift that allowed him to transcend the boundaries of conventional knowledge, delving into the realms of the unknown and the unseen. Cayce's life was marked by profound revelations, often shrouded in an aura of mystery that drew both curiosity and controversy. His readings, conducted while in a trance-like state, offered insights into realms far beyond ordinary perception. These meticulously documented sessions became a treasure trove of spiritual wisdom and historical intrigue. Among his most provocative and enduring revelations were those concerning the life of Jesus Christ, a subject that ignited debates and inspired countless seekers to explore the depths of their faith. The context of early 20th century spirituality was fertile ground for such revelations. The world was undergoing rapid change, with traditional beliefs challenged by new scientific discoveries and philosophical movements. Cayce's psychic readings, viewed with a mix of awe and skepticism by the public, tapped into a deep-seated yearning for spiritual connection and understanding. His words, steeped in ancient wisdom and delivered with an authority that seemed to transcend time, resonated with those seeking meaning beyond the material world. As we embark on this journey, it is essential to recognize the contemplative and intriguing nature of Cayce's claims. His revelations about Jesus invite us to consider a hidden life that extends beyond the familiar narratives of traditional Christianity. This exploration is not merely an academic exercise but a spiritual quest, a journey of faith and revelation that challenges us to reflect on the profound mysteries of existence. Prepare to delve into the unknown, to question and wonder, as we unravel the threads of Cayce's revelations and discover how they intertwine with recent spiritual and historical findings. This is an invitation to consider new perspectives, embrace the mystery, and allow the wisdom of the ages to illuminate our path. Join us as we explore what Edgar Cayce said about Jesus, and how these revelations have finally been confirmed. As the mystique of Edgar Cayce's life and works has been established, one cannot help but be drawn into the enigma of his revelations, particularly those concerning Jesus Christ. In his trance-like readings, Cayce offered insights that captivated and polarized his audience. His claims about Jesus were not merely supplementary to the traditional narrative, they were in many ways revolutionary. Cayce asserted that Jesus, prior to his ministry in Galilee, traveled extensively, absorbing the wisdom of various cultures and religious traditions. He spoke of Jesus' journeys to India, Persia, and Egypt, where he studied under spiritual masters and underwent profound spiritual initiations. These revelations suggested a Jesus who was not merely a product of his immediate environment, but a global spiritual seeker, synthesizing the wisdom of the world. For instance, in one reading, Cayce mentioned that during his sojourn in India, Jesus encountered spiritual sages who recognized his divine potential, saying, "He is the messenger, the teacher of all." This directly challenges the geographical limitations often imposed on Jesus' life by mainstream historical accounts. More controversially, Cayce discussed Jesus' relationships and interactions that were not documented in the Bible. He referred to Jesus' close bonds with women, such as Mary Magdalene, whom he elevated not as a repentant sinner, but as a devoted disciple and spiritual companion. Such claims unsettle conventional interpretations, offering a more egalitarian perspective on Jesus' inner circle. In another reading, Cayce described Jesus' deep connection with the Essenes, a mystical Jewish sect, and his initiation into their spiritual practices. This portrayal of Jesus as a mystic steeped in the esoteric traditions of his time starkly departs from more conventional religious narratives. These revelations, while challenging, are not intended to undermine faith but to enrich it. They invite the curious to ponder a more expansive and inclusive understanding of Jesus' life and teachings. As one reflects on these claims, it becomes apparent that Cayce's narrative does not diminish the divine status of Jesus, but amplifies his human journey, making his spiritual achievements more relatable and profound. In this contemplative journey, consider the implications of these revelations. What if Jesus' teachings were indeed informed by a global spiritual quest? How might this expand our understanding of his message of love, compassion, and unity? Allow these thoughts to stir the imagination and deepen the exploration of faith and spirituality. As the journey continues, prepare to delve into the hidden years of Jesus, a period where Cayce's insights paint a vivid and transformative picture. In the sprawling narrative of Jesus' life, there exists a period often referred to as the hidden years. This enigmatic phase, not extensively covered in the Bible, spans from Jesus' childhood until the beginning of his ministry. It is within this gap that Edgar Cayce, the renowned mystic, stepped in to offer profound insights and narratives that paint a more complete picture of Jesus' spiritual development. Cayce's readings suggest that during these unaccounted years, Jesus embarked on a journey that took him far beyond the familiar lands of his upbringing. According to Cayce, Jesus traveled to India, Persia, and Egypt, immersing himself in the spiritual traditions and wisdom of these ancient cultures. This odyssey was not merely geographical, but also deeply spiritual, as Jesus sought to understand and integrate the divine truths embedded within various religious practices. The historical and cultural context of this era was one of rich spiritual ferment. The ancient world was a tapestry of diverse beliefs and philosophies, each offering unique perspectives on the nature of divinity and the path to enlightenment. Cayce's interpretations resonate with known historical facts, such as the presence of Jewish communities in these regions and the exchange of ideas along ancient trade routes. This intermingling of cultures and beliefs would have provided fertile ground for Jesus' spiritual exploration and growth. Cayce's revelations depict Jesus not just as a recipient of wisdom, but also as a teacher and healer, even during these formative years. In India, he is said to have studied under the masters of the East, learning the principles of meditation and the oneness of all creation. In Persia, he delved into the mysteries of Zoroastrianism, absorbing teachings on the eternal struggle between light and darkness. And in Egypt, he is believed to have undergone initiation into the ancient mysteries, gaining profound insights into the nature of life, death, and resurrection. These narratives offer vivid imagery of a young Jesus, eager and open, sitting at the feet of wise sages, engaging in deep spiritual discourses, and experiencing firsthand the diverse expressions of the divine. They present a Jesus who was not merely a product of his immediate environment, but a seeker of universal truths, synthesizing the wisdom of the world into his own unique message. Consider, for a moment, how these unspoken years could influence your understanding of Jesus' teachings and purpose. If Jesus indeed traversed the spiritual landscapes of the ancient world, what implications does this have for his later ministry? How might the teachings he encountered and the experiences he underwent have shaped his message of love, forgiveness, and the nature of divinity? Reflect on these questions, allowing them to stir your curiosity and deepen your contemplation. As we continue to explore the profound insights offered by Edgar Cayce, let this be an invitation to consider the vast and interconnected nature of spiritual truths. Just as Jesus' journey was one of discovery and integration, so too is our own spiritual path, a journey of uncovering the divine within and around us. In the quiet contemplative space left by the narratives of Jesus' hidden years, one finds a treasure trove of spiritual insights, as revealed through the enigmatic Edgar Cayce. These revelations, steeped in mystery and wonder, unveil the deeper teachings of Jesus, presenting a figure who embodied love, forgiveness, and a profound understanding of divinity. Cayce's readings do not merely recount historical events, they illuminate the spiritual principles that Jesus exemplified, principles that continue to resonate with seekers of truth today. Love, in Cayce's revelations, is not merely an emotion but a cosmic force that binds all creation. Jesus, as portrayed by Cayce, taught that love is the essence of God, the very fabric of the universe. In one poignant reading, Cayce recounts Jesus' words to a small gathering: "As I have loved you, so must you love one another. In this love, you will find the kingdom of God, for love is the fulfillment of the law." This love is not passive but active, a force that transforms and heals. It is a call to see the divine spark in every individual, to embrace the other as oneself. Forgiveness, another cornerstone of Jesus' teachings as revealed by Cayce, is not just about pardoning past wrongs, but about releasing oneself from the bonds of resentment and pain. Cayce narrates an encounter where Jesus, speaking to a woman accused of adultery, says, "Neither do I condemn you, go, and from now on sin no more." This act of forgiveness is not just about the woman's actions, but about her inner state, her self-worth, and her future. It is a reminder that forgiveness is a path to spiritual liberation, a means to reconnect with one's true self. Cayce's readings also delve into the nature of divinity, presenting Jesus as a model of human potential. According to Cayce, Jesus taught that the kingdom of God is within, that divinity is not external but an intrinsic part of every individual. In a profound reading, Cayce describes Jesus' words to his disciples, "Is it not written in your law, I said, you are gods?" If he called them gods, to whom the word of God came, and the scripture cannot be broken, do you say of him whom the Father sanctified and sent into the world, you are blaspheming, because I said, I am the Son of God? This teaching challenges the listener to look within, to recognize the divine inheritance that lies at the core of every being. As one reflects on these teachings, it becomes evident that they are not mere historical artifacts, but living principles that can be applied in modern life. In a world torn by conflict and division, the call to love actively and unconditionally is a balm that heals and unites. In a society burdened by guilt and resentment, the practice of forgiveness offers a path to inner peace and reconciliation. In an age where many feel disconnected from their spiritual essence, the recognition of one's innate divinity provides a sense of purpose and meaning. Viewers are invited to contemplate these teachings, to let them permeate the depths of their being, and to consider how they can be integrated into daily life. As one ponders these revelations, one may find that they resonate with broader themes of spirituality and personal growth, themes that transcend time and culture. In this reflection, one may discover not just the historical Jesus, but the eternal Christ, the embodiment of love, forgiveness, and divine potential. Prepare to delve deeper, for in the next chapter we shall explore how modern scholars and spiritual leaders have responded to Cayce's claims, weaving a tapestry of ancient insights and contemporary understanding. In the wake of Edgar Cayce's profound revelations about Jesus, the scholarly and spiritual communities have been abuzz with a mix of skepticism and intrigue. Cayce's claims, which delve into the hidden life of Jesus and his esoteric teachings, have sparked a dialogue that continues to unfold in fascinating ways. Modern scholars and spiritual leaders have responded with a spectrum of views, each contributing to a rich tapestry of contemplation and debate. Supporters of Cayce's insights argue that his readings provide a deeper, more holistic understanding of Jesus' ministry and message. They point to the profound spiritual principles Cayce attributes to Jesus, principles like universal love, forgiveness, and the divine spark within each individual. These supporters often highlight the resonance between Cayce's revelations and ancient spiritual texts, suggesting that Cayce tapped into a timeless wisdom that transcends religious boundaries. For instance, the emphasis on reincarnation and the interconnectedness of all beings has struck a chord with many who see these themes echoed in various spiritual traditions. On the other hand, skeptics question the veracity of Cayce's claims, noting the lack of concrete historical evidence to support his visions. They argue that Cayce's readings, while compelling, are more akin to mystical speculation than factual accounts. These critics often point to the absence of archaeological or documentary proof that corroborates Cayce's detailed descriptions of Jesus' travels and teachings. They caution against accepting such revelations without critical examination, emphasizing the importance of empirical evidence in historical inquiry. Recent spiritual and historical discoveries have added layers of complexity to this dialogue. Some findings, such as the Nag Hammadi texts and the Dead Sea Scrolls, have offered glimpses into early Christian thought that align with certain aspects of Cayce's revelations. These ancient writings speak of a Jesus who taught secret wisdom and whose message was more expansive than traditional narratives suggest. Conversely, other discoveries have challenged Cayce's claims, revealing discrepancies that complicate the picture. For example, archaeological findings in the Middle East have sometimes contradicted the specific timelines and locations mentioned in Cayce's readings. This interplay between ancient insights and contemporary understanding invites deeper reflection on the nature of spiritual truth. It is a dialogue that encourages us to consider the limitations of our knowledge and the possibilities that lie beyond the visible realm. As we navigate this intricate landscape, we are called to ponder the significance of these discussions in our own spiritual journeys. Whether one approaches Cayce's revelations with faith or skepticism, the quest for understanding remains a profoundly personal and transformative endeavor. In this spirit of inquiry, we invite you to reflect on the importance of these discussions. How do these ancient and modern perspectives intersect in your own search for spiritual truth? What new insights might emerge as we continue to explore the mysteries of Jesus' life and teachings? As we delve further into the historical and archaeological findings that lend credibility to Cayce's predictions, let us embrace the mystery and the revelation, allowing them to guide us toward a deeper understanding of ourselves and the divine. In the realm of spiritual inquiry and historical scrutiny, the revelations of Edgar Cayce have long stood as a beacon of intrigue and controversy. Yet, recent archaeological findings and meticulous historical research have begun to shed new light on his predictions, lending unprecedented credibility to his words. As we delve into these discoveries, we are invited to contemplate the profound intersections between Cayce's insights and the tangible remnants of ancient times. One of the most compelling examples lies in the Dead Sea Scrolls. These ancient manuscripts, discovered in the mid-20th century, have provided invaluable insights into the religious and cultural landscape of Jesus' time. Among these scrolls, fragments have emerged that echo the esoteric teachings Cayce attributed to Jesus, teachings that delve into the mystical and spiritual dimensions of existence. The parallels are striking. Where Cayce spoke of Jesus' deeper, more mystical teachings, the scrolls reveal a community steeped in similar spiritual practices and beliefs. This convergence of ancient text and modern revelation invites us to ponder the depth and breadth of Jesus' true message, perhaps lost or obscured over centuries. Furthermore, archaeological excavations in Israel have unearthed artifacts and structures that align with Cayce's descriptions of Jesus' early life and travels. For instance, the discovery of ancient synagogues and ritual baths in areas where Cayce claimed Jesus spent formative years adds a layer of historical authenticity to his revelations. These findings suggest that the environments and practices Cayce described were not mere fabrications but rooted in the tangible reality of the time. This intersection of physical evidence and spiritual revelation beckons us to consider the profound implications of Cayce's insights on our understanding of Jesus' life and teachings. Moreover, recent scholarly analyses of ancient texts, such as the Gnostic Gospels, have revealed themes and narratives that resonate with Cayce's revelations. These texts, long dismissed by mainstream Christianity, offer glimpses into a more mystical and esoteric Christianity that aligns with Cayce's portrayal of Jesus as a spiritual teacher deeply connected to divine wisdom. The scholarly re-evaluation of these texts invites us to reflect on the broader context of faith and spirituality, challenging us to see beyond conventional narratives. As we journey through these discoveries, we are reminded that the quest for spiritual truth is an ever-evolving dialogue between the past and the present. The intersections of Cayce's revelations with modern archaeological findings and historical research invite us to consider new perspectives on the life and teachings of Jesus. In this contemplative space, we are encouraged to reflect on the significance of these revelations in our own spiritual journeys, inviting a deeper understanding of the divine and the transcendent. In the contemplative echoes of Edgar Cayce's revelations about Jesus lies a philosophical landscape that beckons exploration. Cayce's insights, now increasingly validated by historical and spiritual discoveries, suggest a nature of existence that is both profound and provocative. They hint at an afterlife that is not merely a destination but a continuum of spiritual evolution, interwoven with the fabric of consciousness itself. Cayce's portrayal of Jesus's hidden life and deeper teachings challenges conventional Christian beliefs, yet it also affirms the mystical underpinnings of spirituality. The notion of reincarnation, a central theme in Cayce's readings, posits that the soul's journey is a cyclical path toward enlightenment, a concept that diverges from linear Christian doctrines. This idea invites reflection on the purpose of human existence, suggesting that each life is a classroom where lessons learned shape the soul's progression. The afterlife, as implied by Cayce, is not a static realm of eternal reward or punishment, but a dynamic dimension where spiritual growth continues. This perspective shifts the focus from salvation to evolution, from finality to continuity. It encourages contemplation of life and death as transitions rather than absolutes, thereby broadening the scope of spiritual inquiry. Cayce quotes revelations also highlight the universality of Jesus's message, depicting him as a spiritual adept who studied and synthesized diverse religious traditions. This portrayal challenges exclusivist views of Christianity, suggesting instead a unified spirituality that transcends denominational boundaries. It prompts consideration of whether spiritual truths are confined to a single faith or dispersed across many, awaiting integration. In this philosophical mosaic, viewers are invited to ponder their own views on life, death, and transcendence. What if the soul's journey is indeed a spiral of learning and growth? What if the afterlife is a realm of continued evolution rather than final judgment? How might these ideas enrich and expand our understanding of faith and spirituality? As we transition into exploring the broader spiritual movement sparked by Cayce's revelations, consider how these philosophical implications resonate with your own beliefs. Allow them to stir curiosity and reflection, igniting a deeper contemplation of the mysteries that lie beyond the veil of material existence. Embrace this journey as an opportunity to expand your spiritual horizons, weaving Cayce's thoughts into your personal tapestry of philosophical inquiry. In the wake of Edgar Cayce's profound revelations about Jesus, a broader spiritual movement has emerged, transcending individual belief systems and reshaping the collective spiritual landscape. This movement, inspired by Cayce's insights, has left an indelible mark on various spiritual paths, followers, and organizations, fostering a global awakening that continues to unfold in contemporary times. Cayce's teachings have ignited a renewed interest in metaphysical studies, drawing seekers from diverse backgrounds eager to explore the deeper dimensions of existence. His principles, which interweave spiritual growth, holistic healing, and the interconnectedness of all life, have become integrated into numerous spiritual practices and philosophies. Followers have found resonance in his descriptions of the Akashic records, reincarnation, and universal consciousness, which have not only affirmed their personal beliefs, but also expanded their understanding of the divine. Organizations, such as the Association for Research and Enlightenment, founded by Cayce himself, have become beacons of spiritual inquiry and transformation. These institutions serve as hubs where individuals can delve into Cayce's readings, engage in meditation and healing practices, and connect with like-minded seekers. The influence of Cayce's teachings extends beyond these dedicated spaces, permeating various spiritual communities and holistic healing centers worldwide. The growth of interest in metaphysical studies and holistic healing that integrates Cayce's principles is evident in the proliferation of workshops, seminars, and educational programs focused on his ideas. These initiatives aim to bridge the gap between ancient wisdom and modern spirituality, offering practical tools for personal growth and healing. From energy work and dream interpretation to past life regression and spiritual counseling, Cayce's insights have inspired a multitude of practices that cater to the holistic well-being of individuals. This spiritual movement rooted in Cayce's revelations is not confined to the fringes of society, but has become a significant part of contemporary spiritual trends. As more people seek meaning beyond traditional religious frameworks, Cayce's teachings offer a path that is both mystical and grounded in practical application. This blend of the esoteric and the pragmatic appeals to a wide range of seekers, from those exploring New Age philosophies to those steeped in traditional spiritual practices. The future of this movement holds immense potential for further spiritual awakening. As more individuals embrace Cayce's vision of a unified consciousness and the interconnectedness of all life, the collective spiritual evolution accelerates. This evolution is not merely about adopting new beliefs, but about embodying a deeper understanding of one's place in the cosmos. It invites a shift from individual spiritual pursuits to a collective journey toward enlightenment, where the boundaries between different faiths and philosophies blur, revealing a universal truth that transcends all divisions. In contemplating this broader spiritual movement, viewers are invited to reflect on their own spiritual paths and how Cayce's teachings might enrich their understanding. Whether one is deeply rooted in a particular faith or exploring the vast expanse of spiritual possibilities, Cayce's insights offer a lens through which to view the divine in a new light. This perspective not only challenges conventional beliefs, but also affirms the eternal quest for meaning and connection that defines the human experience. As we stand on the cusp of a new spiritual era, the wisdom of Edgar Cayce serves as a guiding beacon, illuminating the path toward a more enlightened and interconnected world. In the quietude of personal contemplation, many have found that the teachings of Edgar Cayce, particularly those concerning Jesus, have left an indelible mark on their spiritual journeys. These revelations, once considered merely esoteric or even controversial, have emerged into the light of validation, offering seekers a profound connection to the divine. The impact of Cayce's insights is not merely academic, it resonates deeply within the hearts of those yearning for a more meaningful spiritual experience. Consider the testimony of Elizabeth, a lifelong seeker who stumbled upon Cayce's readings in her middle age. She recalls the transformative moment when she first encountered Cayce's descriptions of Jesus's travels to India and Persia, his studies of ancient mystical traditions, and his initiation into spiritual mysteries. These narratives, so different from conventional teachings, ignited within her a renewed sense of wonder and curiosity. Elizabeth found that these revelations did not conflict with her faith, but rather enriched it, providing a broader, more inclusive understanding of Jesus's divine mission. Similarly, there is the anecdote of Thomas, a skeptic who was drawn to Cayce's work through his interest in holistic healing. As he delved deeper into the readings, he discovered a Jesus who was not just a historical figure, but a spiritual teacher whose wisdom transcended religious boundaries. Thomas began to incorporate Cayce's teachings into his daily meditations, finding a sense of peace and purpose that had eluded him for years. His journey serves as a testament to the universal appeal of Cayce's revelations, which speak to the seeker in each of us, regardless of our spiritual background. As viewers reflect on their own spiritual journeys, they are invited to consider how Cayce's teachings about Jesus might inspire them. These revelations offer a path to a deeper, more personal relationship with the divine, one that is not constrained by dogma but enriched by a tapestry of spiritual traditions. In embracing these teachings, one might find that their spiritual beliefs are not challenged but expanded, allowing for a more holistic understanding of faith and divinity. Therefore, take a moment to ponder the mysteries revealed through Cayce's work. Allow these insights to stir your curiosity and inspire your spiritual quest. Consider how these teachings might be woven into the fabric of your own beliefs, guiding you toward a more profound and meaningful connection with the divine. This journey of discovery is both personal and universal, a testament to the enduring relevance of Cayce's revelations in our contemporary spiritual landscape. In the vast tapestry of spiritual exploration, the journey through Edgar Cayce's revelations about Jesus has been both enlightening and profound. Throughout this expedition, we have uncovered layers of mystery and faith, that intertwine to form a compelling narrative, one that resonates with both historical accuracy and spiritual depth. Cayce's insights, once considered controversial, now find unexpected validation in recent discoveries, bridging the gap between belief and empirical evidence. As we revisit the themes of faith, mystery, and revelation, it becomes evident that Cayce's teachings offer a unique lens through which to view the life and ministry of Jesus. The hidden years, the profound teachings, and the universal messages of love and unity gain new significance. These revelations do not merely inform, they invite us to engage in a deeper, more contemplative exploration of our own spiritual truths. The journey through Cayce's revelations has been one of discovery and introspection. It has encouraged us to question, to seek, and to find meaning in the interconnectedness of all things. The testimonials and anecdotes shared by those influenced by Cayce's work serve as a testament to the transformative power of these teachings. They remind us that the path to spiritual enlightenment is both personal and universal, a journey that each of us must undertake in our own way. In concluding this exploration, we are left with a sense of awe and inspiration. The mysteries of life and the afterlife remain, but they are illuminated by the light of new understanding. As we reflect on the learnings gained, we are encouraged to continue seeking, to remain open to the revelations that await us on our spiritual journey. May this exploration of Edgar Cayce's revelations about Jesus serve as a catalyst for your own spiritual quest. Embrace the mystery, nurture your faith, and remain ever curious about the profound truths that lie beyond the veil of the known. The journey of discovery is endless, and it is in this endlessness that we find the true essence of our spiritual selves.